In 2019, a woman named Sandra Beaumont signed a contract with D.R. Horton for a brand new home in Louisiana. She paid $287,000. Within 18 months, the walls were growing black mold, the HVAC had failed twice, and a county inspector condemned the property. She has been living in a hotel ever since. D.R. Horton has not fixed the house. They have not refunded her money. And because of a clause buried on page 47 of her contract, she cannot take them to court. She is not alone. We cross-referenced federal court filings, BBB complaints, and state attorney general investigations across 22 states. The data reveals a pattern too consistent to be incompetence. It can only be explained by design. The 5 largest volume home builders in America are constructing homes engineered to survive the warranty period, and nothing longer. They are selling you a 30-year mortgage on a 15-year house. These are the 5 builders you need to blacklist before you sign anything. Number 1. D.R. Horton. They call themselves America's Builder. They close over 89,000 homes a year. That number is not a badge of honor. It is the source of the problem. When you build 89,000 homes a year, you're not building homes. You're running a factory. And like every factory chasing volume, they use piece rate pay. Workers are not paid by the hour. They are paid by the unit. Speed is the only metric that matters. If a worker stops to seal a window properly or route a wire around a corner, he is taking money out of his own pocket. This is documented in court filings across 16 states. In South Carolina, D.R. Horton settled a class action in 2024 for $16.1 million, covering just 200 homes. That is $75,000 in damage per house, on homes they sold as new. In Louisiana, a class action alleges their homes were structurally incapable of handling basic heat and humidity, with mold colonies growing inside sealed walls within the first year. In Hawaii, a certified class action heading to trial in 2026 claims they installed corroding metal foundation components in a salt air environment. They knew Hawaii has salt air. They used the wrong metal anyway, because it was cheaper. Texas homeowner Jason Warren said it best. "I could not look at that house and not see a time bomb. The roof buckled twice. $17,500 out of pocket. Their warranty documentation includes a clause that repairs they perform cannot extend the original warranty expiration date. If they fix it wrong and it breaks again after the warranty expires, that is your problem." They contractually insulated themselves from the consequences of their own bad work. Number 2. Lennar. Lennar is the second largest home builder in America, operating in 21 states. They market themselves as technology forward. That framing is deliberate. They want you focused on the Wi-Fi thermostat so you do not look at what is happening inside the walls. In 2025, a buyer in South Carolina spotted visible mold on the framing members during his pre-drywall inspection, not after moving in. Before the drywall was installed, the mold was already there. He withdrew from the contract. Lennar delayed his cancellation paperwork for weeks. In the same development, multiple neighbors reported identical mold and HVAC failures within the first year. Same defect, house after house, while Lennar continued building the second half of the community using the same methods. Here is the clause that should terrify every Lennar buyer. Their 2024 warranty states that Lennar has the sole right to determine the repairs necessary based on standards they define. They are not just the builder, they are the judge and jury of their own defects. There is no external oversight, no independent standard, no public record. One Fort Myers buyer summed it up simply: Lennar can do anything they want. He found that out after he signed. Number 3. KB Home. KB Home targets first-time buyers, the most financially vulnerable people in the market, the ones who saved for years, stretched to the limit, and have no cushion left if something goes wrong. And KB Home knows something will go wrong. Walk into a KB Home model and you see quartz countertops, stainless appliances, luxury vinyl plank flooring. These are finishes designed to photograph well on a Saturday afternoon. Behind them is a structure built to the exact minimum the building code allows. And building code is not a quality standard. It is the legal floor below which a builder goes to jail. When a KB sales agent says the home is built to code, they are telling you they did the absolute least they could legally do. The failure mode is water. Their exterior walls use oriented strand board, OSB, wood chips, and adhesive pressed into sheets. It is fine when dry, but OSB absorbs water aggressively. When a window is improperly flashed, and with piece rate pay, improperly flashed windows are not an accident, they are a statistical certainty. Water gets behind the siding, hits the OSB, and the rot begins. From the outside, the house looks fine. From the inside, your equity is turning into mold. Number 4. Pulte Group. Pulte markets itself as the premium option. They own Pulte Homes, Centex, and Del Webb. They charge more. They say quality craftsmanship. For many years, they had a reputation that partially backed that up. That era is over. The Florida Attorney General filed an enforcement action against Pulte for building more than 23,000 homes with defective stucco. Not a batch, not a subdivision. 23,000 homes where the stucco was applied incorrectly, water got behind it, and the wood frame beneath rotted. The settlement was $78.7 million. But here's the part that defines who Pulte is. Before the lawsuit was filed, they had already spent $64 million quietly repairing homes. They knew the scope of the failure. They chose to repair in secret rather than disclose it, because disclosure would have forced a reckoning. When a company spends $64 million hiding a problem, they were never trying to fix it. They were trying to contain the information. Their Del Webb brand specifically targets retirees, people on fixed incomes building their final home. Those buyers cannot absorb a $30,000 stucco repair. They put their entire retirement savings into what they were told was a premium product. The premium was in the marketing budget, not the stucco. Number 5. Century Communities. Century Communities is the name on this list most people have never heard of. That anonymity is part of the danger. They do not run national ad campaigns. They operate quietly in the Sun Belt, Texas, Colorado, Arizona, Georgia, the Carolinas, undercutting competitors on price. They achieve that price by squeezing subcontractor costs so aggressively that established trade partners will not work for them. The contractors who remain are the ones willing to cut the most corners to survive the margin. The failure pattern concentrates in plumbing and electrical, kinked supply lines that fail within 3 years, junction boxes overloaded and improperly secured inside finished walls, HVAC ductwork crushed by framing because the installer did not have time to route it properly. A crushed duct means your system works 40% harder than it should. It dies early. A kinked supply line is a slow leak you cannot see until the day your floor caves in, the legal trap that ties all 5 together. Every builder on this list uses the same weapon, binding arbitration. Buried in the purchase contract, on a page nobody reads, is a clause requiring all disputes go to private arbitration instead of court. By initialing that page, you waive your constitutional right to a jury trial. If your foundation cracks, your walls mold, or your roof fails in 18 months, you do not go to a courtroom. You go to a private conference room. The arbitrator is often selected from a list provided by the builder's own legal team. No public record, no jury, no appeal. A private justice system built by and for the corporation that sold you a defective home. In Texas and Florida, the two largest new construction markets in the country, courts routinely enforce these clauses and send homeowners back to arbitration even when they try to sue publicly. Texas actually strengthened builder protections in 2023. The state government made it harder for you to fight back. This is not an accident. This is the system working exactly as designed. So what do? Stop thinking like a buyer. Start thinking like an auditor. If you must buy new, there is one non-negotiable. Hire a private inspector, not the one the builder recommends, and demand a pre-drywall inspection while the skeleton is still exposed. It costs $500. It is the only moment you can see what you are actually buying before it is hidden behind paint and drywall. If a builder refuses to allow it, walk away. They have something to hide. Better yet, stop looking at new subdivisions entirely. The smart money is going back to homes built between 1970 and 1995, before the publicly traded conglomerates took over. Built with lumber that has had decades to stabilize. Built by contractors whose reputation lived in the same zip code as their customers. The corporations are counting on you to be distracted by granite countertops. They are counting on you to sign page 47 without reading it. They are counting on the warranty clock and the arbitration clause to protect them from the consequences of their own shortcuts. You now know the names. You now know the playbook. Stop funding their quarterly earnings report with your life savings. Get the inspection. Read the contract. And do not buy from the blacklist.